Welcome back to the channel all about life skilling. My name is Teddy and today I'll be showing you some of the easiest ways to get some of the materials needed for upgrading those Bartering sailboats all the way up to the Carrack. If you find this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this around, all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's just jump into it, shall we? When it comes to ship upgrade materials, there are 3 different ways that you can obtain these materials: sea monster hunting, bartering, or using the crow coins. So I'll be showing you every single way. First, starting out with sea monster hunting. In order to get started with this, I do suggest having the frigate line up to at least the improved frigate just to get started, so you don't have to get off your steering and jump onto the cannon. This will help kill the monsters a lot faster so that you're not wasting the time. The frigate line is ideal for sea monster hunting with having more cannons than the caravel line and can sail a lot faster than the caravel. Now once you have your boat, before you can even start killing any monsters, there's one thing to keep in mind. Your item drop rate will increase the items that will drop from any of the monsters, just like with mob grinding. This means equipping the Lightstone combination choice and focus that drops down all of your AP by 150 but increases your item drop rate plus 30 will help out immensely while going out there and sea monster hunting. That in mind, same rule applies to your pets. If you keep out your item drop rate pets, it will increase the items that drop when out there sea monster hunting. Now once you have everything ready, for those who are just starting out with their ship upgrades, the easiest place to get your first starter materials is going to be right out here outside of Epheria. The younger sea monsters can be found here. They make for an easy target with them not moving and will provide the sea monster ooze. The sea monster ooze is used for the graphite ingot for upgrade, timber for upgrade, and the adhesive for upgrade. Now for those of you who are trying to upgrade past the improved frigate or the improved sailboat, the perfect place to get some of the materials needed for upgrades is going to be right out here in the young sea monster habitat, the Hikaru and the ocean stalker. Coming out here with your item drop rate does have the highest cluster of the young sea monsters that do provide a lot of the items needed for upgrading, like the rock salt ingot, the island tree coated plywood, amongst other materials. Make sure you are killing only the young sea monster because you will unfortunately have a chance of getting more of the sea monster ooze for the lesser upgrades. There are several groups out here, so pick a group, have fun, and good luck out there. Unfortunately, when it comes to killing these young sea monsters, they do not provide any of the yellow grade materials needed to upgrade the Carrack. The highest that these do go up to will be the blue grade materials needed to upgrade any of the ship parts used for upgrading up to the Carrack. If you guys are looking for the Carrack upgrade materials, that will be found further into Margoria. This is not the only young sea monster habitat that you can come to start killing for the upgrade materials. The next young sea monster habitat can be found north of Aquala's Eye here. This contains 9 shark, Canadium, and the black rust. Killing these younger sea monsters up here will provide just a higher chance of getting any of the ship upgrade materials, but will still provide the same amount of materials and the same materials. So it's all about personal preference. Coming out here does have the Goldmont Medium Pirates 2. These don't provide any materials for upgrading your Carrack, but will provide the nails needed to start making those panosockens over in Land of the Morning Light. One last thing to keep in mind, coming out here to Margoria will require having either a blue grade or yellow grade compass to navigate, or you will be sailing blind. It's not that difficult, but that compass will make it a lot easier. Now, after you've gotten all of those upgrades ready and you're ready to start pushing towards those Carracks, we can start talking about going for the more dangerous sea monsters like the grown Canadium, 9 shark, and the black rust. Right past the heart of the ocean where Vel spawns is going to be the Canadium. Killing these will require you to have at least a Galleass with blue grade plus 10 cannons, or the Carrack, but they do provide the yellow grade materials needed for upgrading. Speaking of the saltwater crocodile, unfortunately these do not provide any materials needed for upgrading, but provide the moss map needed for finding those ebon root gnolls. Unfortunately, trying to kill these will require you to have at least a Carrack or at the minimum a Galleass with plus 10 blue grade cannons. Like stated already, these do not provide any materials needed for upgrading, but these do have the map needed for finding those ebon root gnoll, amongst other little goodies such as Cerny crystals or even the whale oil needed for those perfumes. The last area is going to be the Black Rust over here, which can be found just south of Land of the Morning Light or west of Epheria. These do provide more of the yellow grade materials and are needed for the quests that can be obtained over in Aquala's Eye. There is one thing to keep in mind when trying to kill a Black Rust. They will spawn in more Black Rust, so try to keep an eye on how many mobs are spawned before they take down your boat, and it should be an easy monster kill. For those of you who are looking for the blue grade tie-dyed timber, those can be found killing the ox-shadowed pirates over here that will spawn. For those of you who are looking for the deep tide timber, this can be found over here in the Sea of Silence, killing the cursed pirate ship. Killing the cursed pirate ship is easy with taking 2 shots of the Galleass, so if you guys are using your frigate line, you will make quick work of them. If you guys are still struggling on trying to find any of the locations of these sea monsters, a great way to go and find them a lot easier is to accept the quest over there in Aquala's Eye. And of course, the regular ocean stalkers and Hikaru can also be killed too for the same blue grade materials for upgrading those ship parts or just trying to upgrade from the improved up to the Caravel or the Galleass. So don't feel like your options are only limited to the younger sea monsters or the harder, heavier hitting Margoria sea monsters. Now, like mentioned with the sea monster hunting quest, the next way to get those ship upgrade materials is going to be coming out here to Aquala's Eye. Quests can be found for sea monster hunting over here at Ravakel and the soldier here. They do have quests that can be accepted for ship upgrade materials, sailing experience, contribution experience, and Aquila coins. These will require you to kill any of the sea monsters listed, all the way up to the greater sea monsters out there in Margoria. All these quests are worth doing with providing a lot of the materials needed for completing all of those upgrades, so make sure to come out here and do these at least once a day. Once you have the quest done, all you have to do is head back to Aquala's Eye and turn them in for more ship upgrade materials. These quests won't take long if you guys have a Carrack or at least a Galleass with the plus 10 blue grade cannons, but once the weekly quests are completed, you have a choice between the crow coins and the tidal blackstones used for upgrading any of those ship equipment. Now we can talk about bartering. Bartering can be done in the Galleass frigate or the improved frigate, but when it comes to bartering using the Epheria Sailboat, the improved Epheria Sailboat, all the way up to the Epheria Caravel has more inventory slots, allowing for more of those trade materials to be stored up into the Caravel. For those of you who are looking for a faster way, the Galleass is faster with less inventory slots to carry any of those goods, but with how fast it goes, it really won't matter. Now, if you've guys seen my guide on sailing, sea monster hunting, and bartering, you guys will know the easiest place to go ahead and start your bartering is going to be over here in Ilia Island. Out here in Ilia Island is the bartering hub with several quests related to bartering that do provide a lot of the materials needed. These quests will range from turning in a level 1 bartering good for sailing experience to actually completing barters for more of the ship upgrade materials. This is a great way to go ahead and earn a lot of those materials without having to resort to the sea monster hunting if that's something you guys are not into. As for getting out to Ilia Island, this can be done by taking the quest over here at Ravona. She will have supply delivery to Tinbara Island, which will lead you out in that direction again. And lastly, Carracks over here has the quest supply delivery to Ilia Island. This quest requires you to take some trade goods out to Ilia Island and just interact with NPC to receive more sailing experience, crow coins, and the Parlay Beginner Cox Pirate artifact, which is used for making your upgraded plating. These can only be done once a day and will have a time limit, so try to make sure you deliver on time. If you fail it, you will have to come back and re-accept it. Coming out here to Velia, over in the wharf section, has 2 quest givers that will provide more crow coins for using the crow shop. Maya over here has quests that will take you all the way out to Barimi Island, Narvo, or Timbara Island for more crow coins and sailing experience. Frigate right here has a quest to kill the Cox pirates that are disguised around the island, and the hungry sea creatures that only provide the sea monster ooze. All of these quests shouldn't take you that long with how easy it is and it just being a deliver trade good from point A to point B. The hungry sea monsters are usually there for the lower upgrading, and the pirates will give you the parlay needed for any of your other ship upgrade materials, but the main quest line that you should be focusing on is Ravinia over here, Maya's quest line to either Barimi, Tinbara, or Narvo, and lastly, Carracks' quest over here out to Epheria Island. Doing these quests will lead you all the way out to Aquala's Eye to start doing your sea monster hunting dailies. For those who are just getting started with your bartering, this can easily be done by starting out with your land goods to your level 1, then moving on from level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Now, if you guys take a look at your barter information, every so often you will find certain barters that have ship upgrade materials such as the Brilliant Pearl Shards, the Tidal Blackstone, Brilliant Rock Salt Ingot, and the Crow Coins needed for buying other ship upgrade materials in the Crow Shop. Now we can talk about using your crow coins to start getting any of the ship upgrade materials. Using the crow coins will require you to be able to do your bartering to obviously earn the crow coins, but once you have the crow coins, heading out to either Epheria Island, Lima Island, or over here in Aquala's Eye and the Crow's Nest, does have the option to go ahead and start spending these crow coins on things like the luminous cobalt ingot, for example, all the way up to the brilliant pearl shards. The value of each item will change, so make sure you have the needed amount of crow coins, but it should be easy enough with how easy it is to start bartering now. Now, this is just a couple ways to go out there and get some of the materials needed for upgrading those ships from the Bartering Sailboat all the way up to the Carrack. Leave a comment down below if you guys normally do your sea monster hunting dailies, or if you guys prefer to go out there and just actively kill the sea monsters and hope that you guys get the right drops. Me, personally, I like to go ahead and do the dailies, then finish off the rest of the day with my sea monster hunting. But I am curious to hear what you guys think and what you guys do with all of the different ways to get all of these ship upgrade materials. For me, I don't know why I've taken so long to get my Carrack, but this should speed up how fast it will take you to upgrade all of those ships needed and start getting you sailing in those Carracks a lot sooner. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there, everyone.